As I mentioned earlier, quitting social media totally may be difficult because a lot of things are happening on social media. A lot of even spiritual association is available to us on social media. One thing for sure, we have to be very judicious. I'll give you my own personal example. I am very active on WhatsApp, and it's a messaging tool. And then we have the status section. And since we designed some messages for the morning WhatsApp groups and all that, so I started going through the status because I would get some nice quotes and stuff. And then I saw that I am spending a lot of time because you get status of all your contacts, a lot of things which some people who are in my contact list are doing. I get to see them, and invariably curiosity gets risen, and then you spend a lot of time. You just want to see something, and by the time you realize, you have spent 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and all that. So I could realize personally in my life that I am spending a lot of time, which is not required. I'm going for something, but then I'm ending up doing some things which is meaningless. And also realized that I was browsing this Google News just to get updated about the news. And whenever I would have some empty time, or I would feel that because we all want to be very uh, engaged, we don't want to waste time. So there are pockets of time when you feel that you can do something more, because something more gives you a feeling that yes, you are very productively engaged. So I also got an inclination. I got this realization that I have started checking news quite often in a day, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. That first thing is, you have to be conscious of what is happening in social media platform. Many times, many things which are happening, it is unconscious. We are not even aware of. It's a blind spot for us. So for the news, what I have done is, I now have made a resolve that I will watch news only 2 times in a day. And when I start browsing the news, I also keep a timer, 9 minutes. And once the timer, this thing, whatever I have read, whatever I cannot spend more time. That's the kind of restriction I have put on myself. So this is just to give you an example. So likewise, we have to, now you ask, is getting out of social media the only solution? I don't think that's a solution, because knife, is it good or bad? If it is judiciously used, it's very good. If it is used by a surgeon, it can save lives. Same knife in the hand of a terrorist can take life, can kill a person. So knife, we cannot avoid this thing. So all what we have to do is be aware of the pitfalls and use it very judiciously. So social media also, as I mentioned earlier to the earlier questions, we have to be aware of pitfalls. We have to be very judicious what we are watching, what we are seeing, whom we are following, and also how much time we are spending. I would suggest, we should budget some time. Just I gave example of news. These days in our phones we have timers, so we can have some time allocated for, let's say, browsing internet, this Instagram feeds or maybe Facebook thing. But we should be very judicious. Otherwise, as I said, the habit loops get formed and we get sucked into it. We get trapped, and before we know, who knows, the damage is done. So we have to be very, very conscious and judicious.